we are back and better than ever. So if y'all have not kind of been following with my shenanigans as of late, I think our live stream on Friday night, we had a good handful of people in the live stream. I think a couple hundred or at least. And kind of in the middle of the stream, my stream got shut down, and YouTube like gave my channel a strike and banned me from doing lives, and like this whole big thing. Ended up appealing that. The appeal got denied, and they took my video down. And what's up, Zoe? And they like chat banned me essentially for a couple days. So kind of shocked that the live stream is allowing me to do it today, but I'm fucking hyped to do it. I do really love these live streams. They're probably my favorite kind of content to do/make, because I do really like interacting with y'all. Yeah, they did. I guess YouTube forgot about the Second Amendment. It's pretty crazy that despite me following all of their rules, they still chat banned me and gave me a strike and like all this other shit. It's kind of ridiculous. I'm standing far away from everything today. I'm not even going to give them the opportunity. There are no firearm sales on the channel. I'm not touching anything. Nothing's being transported. I forget what other, bullshit rules they wanted me to like follow, but we're following all of their rules. So they need to leave us alone and let us chat and hang out in the live stream. So we're going to hopefully have a nice Sunday and enjoy a nice little live stream today. Actually, funny enough, literally right now as I'm on the stream, the official Ammo Alchemist just texted me. He said, YouTube keeps changing that short to unlisted, comments turned off, and no remix. I swear we live in the Chinese Communist Party. Yeah, it's absolutely insane. I don't get it. I don't know. But yeah, hopefully everyone's having a cool Sunday. We're going to talk about a couple of these weapon systems out on the table today, and actually just had a pretty huge range day yesterday. So I'll probably talk a little bit about range day, because it was an absolute ton of fun. Was trying out a couple of new products, was doing a lot of drills, was having a lot of fun. The weapons that we got on the table today, we have the Kalashnikov USA Comrade Shotgun, which I actually did a pretty intense range review of this guy yesterday. So that's all filmed. I haven't posted it yet, but I'm going to get the long form kind of review on this gun live and posted whenever I get the chance to. I'm sure I'll have it out within the next week or two. Kind of a cool weapon system, a lot of fun, super vibey. Shooting 12 gauge is always a good time, especially when it's kind of in this like, tactical format. We were clowning with this gun quite a bit yesterday at the range. But like I said, I do have kind of a very in-depth overview of this gun that's going to come out soon. We got just the Glock 17 Gen 3 here on the table with the Surefire X300. And then we have the Chris Vector back on the table again. I was actually shooting this a ton at the range yesterday too. I kind of forgot how much fun this one was. Not that I haven't. I mean, I guess it's been a handful of months since I shot this. I don't really know why, but I mean, I love this gun. I used to love it a lot more. I don't know what made me kind of stop shooting it for a while, but was able to take that to the range yesterday, run some drills, and have a ton of fun with this one as well. So I also had AR, AK, 8 handguns, and we had a ton of guns on the range yesterday. So we're going to be getting a ton of awesome content on the channel here in the next upcoming week or so. What's the desk pop? I don't know what that is. But tons of really awesome footage from the range. I tried out a new shot timer yesterday as well, so that was a fuckload of fun. We filmed what we're kind of calling the MuzzleBroke challenge now, which is like build drills and some push-ups and some shit like that, which was pretty cool. We also shot a bunch of oranges yesterday and like exploded them. So that was a ton of fun. We were doing a lot of like practical drills. We were doing a lot of LARPing. We were doing a lot of mag dumping into trash. We were doing a lot of like running guns and competitions. And my filmer yesterday was kind of like a new shooter. So I actually kind of like, they kept asking me questions like, how do I hold this gun? What kind of targets are you using? Why are you doing things this way? Which I kind of thought was super interesting, because I was able to like make some content on that. You know what I mean? Like, I know most of the people, actually, I don't really know. I don't really know if most of the people who watch this kind of content are like super experienced shooters, or they're kind of new into it, or it's just kind of like an interest to them. But I do have some kind of short videos that are going to be coming out. I'm like, here's how to get a really good grip on a handgun. Here's the targets that I run, and here's some of the drills that I run and why I run them. So there's definitely some serious, I guess, not that that's like super serious, but there's more serious content, I guess, that we filmed at the range day. And then there was like, of course, more jackassery, and that's just kind of, I don't know. I like to have fun with it. So a lot of cool content coming out. I think we fucking, I mean, we were there 6 or 7 hours last night at the range. Kind of was a little cold, but ended up being a really nice day. So we got a ton of time. We got a lot of shots with the AK in. We got a lot of shots with the AR. We did a lot of handguns and bill drills and Mozambiques, and we were able to, I think, shoot 50 yards and in yesterday. So we actually did some really cool, like, actually testing with this gun right here, the KUSA 12 gauge. What's up, Ace 1900? Everybody, welcome to the channel. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We are just unchat banned by YouTube, so we can get on a live stream and chat with y'all some more. Drop a comment, drop me something you want me to chat about. I love reading the comment section. I love doing these lives. It's a really fun time to talk to you guys. What else did we do? We did, like, I hope YouTube doesn't take this down. Yeah, me too, man. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I already have like 1 strike on the channel now for not violating any rules at all. I appealed the strike, and they were like, well, yeah, I don't know. And no, never mind. Like, we did still take it. I was like, what the they were like, well, you touched a firearm. And I was like, literally go back and watch it. Like, I didn't touch anything. I don't know what you want me to do. Anyways, we did some really cool, like, testing of buckshot at different ranges. I thought that was a really interesting experiment because, like, I don't know, you hear like everybody with 12 gauge buckshot. It's like, oh, you just point it in that direction and kind of shoot. And I was like, there's no fucking way. But to be honest, so we tested it at like 5, 10, 20, 30, and 40 yards buckshot on like just the torso size, like the ASPA, whatever the fuck it is, like that little torso cardboard box. I think it's the US PSA target. So kind of like a, torso size target. We tested the buckshot at, like I said, I think it was like 5, 10, 20, 30, and 40 yards. And the spread on that got actually pretty crazy, which I thought it would actually pattern together pretty tightly, but it opened up quite a bit. I would say within like 25 yards in, you're getting decent sized patterns. But once we kind of stepped it out past 20, 25 yards, the buckshot just kind of started going all over the place. So I think there is a little bit of merit to that. Like, oh, just kind of point in that direction and shoot with buckshot. Like, you'll probably land one. It's like, yeah, actually, you probably will. I kind of thought that was all bullshit. But I think it's always interesting to kind of test some of these theories when we have time out at the range. It makes for some interesting content. And I just kind of like answering those types of questions for myself. We did a lot with the Vector yesterday too. I did kind of forget to put my EO tech on this before we left, but that was okay because the iron sights, yes, is real. Correct. But this one, I had the iron sights sighted in. So even though I didn't have the EO tech on it, still was able to shoot it very well. I actually kind of, again, like, I forgot how much fun this gun was to shoot in general. No, there are no firearm sales on the channel. I kind of forgot how much fun the Vector was to shoot. And it's actually a ton of fun to shoot suppressed also. So I do have a lot of like suppressed footage with this coming out. I think I did like a little bit of a test as far as like bill drill speed. I thought that I was actually going to be quite a bit faster with my SBR AK than I was with my Vector. And I was wrong, which was very interesting to me. I have an optic that I'm going to put on this. I just kind of forgot. And I do have the Extendo. It's actually just like in my range bag because I forgot it was there. This one's chambered in 45 ACP. It does come in 9mm and 10mm as well. But I kind of, after reviewing a lot of the stuff online, I mean, I wanted a gun in 45. 45 is naturally subsonic round also, which is really cool. So it suppresses very well. And I also just kind of read that, like, because this gun was made for 45 ACP. So since it's kind of was made for that cartridge, I was reading that you were getting like less malfunctions and stuff, which is cool. But funny enough, I really thought I was going to be faster with my SBR AK doing like bill drills and Mozambiques and stuff, and I was actually quite a bit faster with the Vector, which really surprised me. Up until that little test that I did, I was kind of like, I don't want to say like anti PCC, but I was kind of like, I feel like I'd rather have like a short barrel 5.56, 300 blackout, or 7.62 by 39. But I mean, after kind of doing the side by side bill drills and stuff, like I actually was quite a bit faster, more accurate with the PCC, which was kind of cool. If you guys are just joining the channel, welcome to the stream. Please subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it. YouTube doesn't really like Second Amendment stuff, and they shut down my stream last week, and I'm trying to get the channel back up and running again. I love posting content for you guys, and I absolutely love these live streams because I love the comment section. Drop me a comment down below. Talk about anything we want here. It's a good time, man. The live streams here on the MuzzleBroke channel are always a good time. Did I just fall in love with the Vector? Diddy asks if I'm coming to the Christmas Eve party. Well, that entirely depends on how much baby oil you got saved for me, Diddy. But yeah, dude, the Vector is pretty sick. This one, as far as like aftermarket components, I have the Chris brand stock. I also have the Chris brand vertical grip and hand stop. The one really wonky thing about this gun is the muzzle or the barrel pitch, or the whatever the fucking threads on the barrel are. It's like some weird, I don't even remember. I have it written down somewhere, but I did actually have to get like a adapter to put my kind of normal muzzle device on. So you can see that adapter and then that muzzle device there. So I could run this with my 45 caliber suppressor. I'm thinking about getting a Glock 29. People say it's too snappy. Yeah, so this is a Glock 17. Personally, anything that is smaller than the Glock 17 frame, Kegel muscles, pickles. What muscles do I recommend for my girlfriend? He deleted it already. Damn. I'm thinking about a Glock 29, but people say it's too snappy. Yeah, for me, I would say I have about like, there's some pretty good dog muzzles out there, pickles. That and like one of those leaders, so you could take her around and make sure she behaves. I have about normal size like hands, I would say. And the Glock 17, the full size Glock frame, fits me really well. If I were wanting a super small like EDC or concealed carry gun, as much as I like my Glock 17, I probably would stay away from Glocks. What's up, dog? I'm not trying to ignore your name. I feel like I'm going to butcher it if I pronounce it. So I don't want to do that. But welcome to the channel, everybody. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. YouTube wants to shut all of this content down because they don't like me. They don't like firearms, and they don't really like our rights. So be sure to subscribe to the channel and, kind of stick it to YouTube a little bit. We got some really cool stuff coming out. Hi, Holy Bully Scripture. Jeff says, are you touching the guns today? No, I'm not touching the guns for both Jeff and for the YouTubes. Yeah, they kicked my stream last Friday night because I allegedly touched a gun and I didn't. So I'm going to say that a couple of times during the stream. If you guys are just joining, subscribe. Like and subscribe. It's free. This man, the GOAT. Well, thank you, Mr. Ace 1900. I appreciate that. Like I said, every subscription is not only does it really help me out and help the channel out, but it also kind of sticks it to YouTube and it shows them that like, hey, like we want this kind of stuff. And even if you don't like this kind of stuff, you should be able to say whatever you want on a free platform, and you really should be able to do whatever you want on this platform. You should get a Tokarev pistol, 7.62 by 25. It can penetrate a level 3A soft body armor, which is pistol rated up to 44 Magnum. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I like those. It just, for me, like round cost effectiveness is important, and unfortunately, that is not going to be a very cost effective round. Jeff says, "Don't touch it." I'm not touching it. No, I'm not touching anything today. Staying very far away. But yeah, we were just talking a little bit about kind of range day yesterday. We were at the range for like 6 or 7 hours. So I have an absolute buttload of content that's going to come out here in the next probably a handful of months. Because we filmed like probably close to 100 videos yesterday, if I'm being totally honest. We kind of have some like really interesting testing videos. We were testing like the spread of buckshot at different distances, which is really cool. I think we were talking a little bit about new shot timer I got. We unboxed and did that. We blew up a bunch of food. We blew up a bunch of oranges and like shot at some garbage and had some good. We had a really good time. We had a lot of fun. And I think there's going to be a really interesting spread of like jackass content as well as like informational content, as well as some content for new shooters as well, which I think is kind of cool. Again, it's always interesting to me. Let me know, like, what kind of level are you guys in with like the firearm space? Like, is it just kind of an interest? Is it a hobby? Are you guys like all like competitors? Do you shoot Like, I just don't know. So it's always interesting for me to hear like what level are y'all at, so I can kind of maybe tailor content a little bit for everybody. Like I said, my cameraman yesterday was a kind of a fairly new shooter. Good basics, good fundamentals, but had a lot of questions on kind of like why I was doing certain things, how I was doing them. So, really kind of anytime they asked a question, I ended up kind of filming a little video and just kind of talking about like that sort of stuff. But we have a ton of content with, geez, like all of my guns, because I think I brought like 12 guns to the range yesterday. It was a little wild. But we have out on the table today the Chris Vector chambered 45 ACP. We got the classic Glock 17 rocking the Surefire X300, and we have the KUSA Comrade 12 gauge shotgun also out here on the table today. All three of these guns I shot a buttload yesterday. I know the Glock 17 is not the most exciting gun in the whole wide world, but I just can't help myself from shooting the shit out of it every time I go to the range. I like the side folders. Yeah, so this one, the Vector will fold to the side. It's kind of annoying because you have to depress that little button right there to fold it and to deploy it. So a lot of the, like the hinges, like you just zip, flop it out. Pickles asks, how much ammo did you shoot at the range? I went through 500 rounds of 9mm. I went through probably 300 rounds of 7.62 by 39, 200 rounds of 5.56, 200 rounds of 45 ACP for the Vector. I think about 100 rounds or so through the Comrade 12 gauge here. So a lot. Glocks are good looking high points. Yeah, I don't know. I like my Glock 17. Everyone kind of has their opinion. I'm absolutely not like a Glock fanboy. It's one of those guns for me that like it feels good when I'm shooting it, but if you look at my time, it's terrible. So we did some really interesting like 2011 Glock versus SIG comparisons yesterday with bill drills and all that good stuff. We actually had a kind of a new gun on the channel. It was my cameraman's, the SIG P320 X5, which I had not shot before, so that was a lot of fun to shoot. I did really bad with that gun for some reason. I guess I'm just kind of used to my SIG P226, so picking up the 320 just kind of, I don't know. You would think it's like, it's still a SIG. It would be very similar, but I really was not the best with it. But tons of range content coming in the pipeline here shortly. I know it's kind of like holiday season and stuff right now, so that's a Comrade 12. Yes, sir. I like my Sega 12s. Yeah, this is the KUSA Comrade chambered in that 12 gauge. I did film like a full length video, like pretty extensive review on this gun and kind of things that I liked and didn't like and some of the specs. I do like that this gun does have an adjustable gas system, which I think is really cool. So you could shoot high brass or low brass. You can essentially put any round you want through it, which is awesome. We ended up grouping Buckshot at like 5, 10, 20, 30, 40 yards, seeing the spread out of this weapon. We ended up grouping some slugs at about 50 yards. We mag dumped into targets when we were done with birdshot just to mulch them. We were kind of running a little bit of everything through this gun yesterday, and I actually did not have any cycling issues with this one yesterday, which is always a nice treat when guns work for you. I did unfortunately have a pretty significant jam or two with the Vector, and I don't know, to be honest, I feel like I've always kind of had that experience with the Vector. Maybe that's kind of why I get sick of shooting it every once in a while. Maybe it's like the 45 rounds that I'm buying specifically. To be honest, I really think it's the Glock mags. I like Glock mags at Glocks, but whenever like a PCC runs a Glock mag, I I don't know, like people really get excited about that. Like, oh, it takes a Glock mag. I can use my mags. I'm like, yeah, but like, I would rather you take a better mag and actually cycle the damn gun. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's the Glock mags in the Vector, specifically the like extendos that like just shit the bed, and I don't know why. Like I said, it could have been the ammo. How do you feel about Bear Creek Arsenal Upper? Dude, go for it. It depends on what you're using it for. Like, I feel like for an AR-15, I assume that's what you're talking about. Again, that's not like a precision weapon. An AR-15, oh my God. All right. I know you could shoot up to 5, 6, 700 yards. Okay, whatever. But like realistically, that gun is like a 200 yard and in weapon. Like that's just what everyone's using their AR-15s for. I think you're absolutely going to get the accuracy that you need, a practical accuracy out of a Bear Creek Arsenal Upper for an AR-15, like a general purpose AR-15. Now, if you were talking like, I want the most accurate, precise, like, barrel and upper in the whole wide world. Okay, obviously, like, spend a little bit more money and you're going to get a little bit of a better accuracy quality. But if you're just wanting the kind of like an all-purpose AR-15, you're looking to save some money. I have a couple of Bear Creek Arsenal barrels that I've used, and I haven't had any trouble with them, man. So again, I in the firearm space, there's definitely things that you can't cheap out on, but I also feel that there's definitely a lot that you actually can save some money with. Um, and I think Bear Creek Arsenal is kind of one of those that you can save some money with. I would also check out Palmetto State Armory too. I know they have cheaper uppers. I actually don't have any personal experience with Palmetto State Armory's AR uppers. I like their AKs quite a bit. I don't really love the dagger, the PSA dagger, but the Jackal is really awesome. I really like the PSA Jackal. I think that's a cool one. What do you think of Knights Armament? Again, great company. I think they make some really cool like products too. Like I love their MP5 or I guess SP5 quad rail. I think is fucking awesome. But it's a good company. It's super expensive. For me, I don't know, man. Like maybe I just say this because I'm like a little bit more AK geared, but for me, an AR is an AR. Especially like no one's gonna look under your handguard and check your barrel and be like, "Oh, I see you're running a Bear Creek Arsenal barrel." Like, fuck you. It's like, no, dude. Like, it's cool, Um, Again, if I wanted like a high quality AR-15 and AR-15 parts, yeah, I mean, I'd go Knights Armament or go Daniel Defense or something. But if it's like, hey man, I want a gun that I could take to the range and that's going to be good 200 yards and in, and I could use it for maybe some like small game hunting or self-defense or just a range toy. Like I think personally, I would go for, I don't want to say cheaper, but like, I don't want to say cheap, but like cheaper parts and stuff. I think I would. It's just one of those things where like, because I don't really think you can skimp on like other things. Like ammo is expensive. So if no one has an infinite amount of money, right? So it's like, all right, if my budget for build and like training is $2,000, okay, spend 1,300 on the gun, spend 100 to 200 on an optic, maybe another 200 on a light, maybe it's $75 on like a burn-proof gear sling or something, and then shoot the rest into 5.56 and like actually train with the damn gun. I think it's super easy, and I'm guilty of this too. Like where I put together like I don't know, like this cool Vector build. Like there was a lot of money that went into this, and then I was like, fuck, I got done building it out and I was like, all right, I'll take 100 rounds of 45, please, because I like can't buy a case because I don't have any fucking money anymore. And it's like, I don't even get to like, what I'm saying? Like shoot the cool gun that you have. If y'all are just joining the stream, please subscribe to the channel. YouTube hates this kind of stuff. They shut me down the other day. They're trying to kind of boot me. So a subscription to the channel helps me out a lot. And it also shows YouTube that we're, not afraid to express our rights. When are we throwing YouTube's tea into the harbor? Dylan Martin Fishing asks. Yeah, whenever we can. Also, Dylan is going to be on the channel tomorrow night, showing off some of his stuff. If you didn't catch the live stream that Dylan was on, he's a really cool dude, super young dude with a lot of firearm knowledge and some really cool pieces. Despite living in Massachusetts, where the firearm laws are a little bit limited for him, he's got some really cool stuff. So he's going to be on the channel, kicking it with us tomorrow night. And I'm super stoked to have him on the channel again. And I'm hyped for my live streams are back up, at least for now. so we can bullshit with Dylan tomorrow. It'll be a good time. Please subscribe to the channel to help me screw the YouTube overlords. We stand with you, MuzzleBroke. Thank you, dude. I was loving a couple of the other like YouTube guys were using my like my little and Dylan did the shorts like audio where I was like, fuck you. Like I was all pissed off after they canceled my live stream. So a couple of the YouTube dudes were remixing that audio and using it in their own videos, which I thought was awesome. And I think I saw there were a couple hashtag justice for MuzzleBrokes on there. So I was loving it. I hate that YouTube kicked me off. Like it really pisses me off, but like you guys are the best. Like you guys are so supportive and cool, and like it really just does mean a lot to me to kind of have subscribers that give a shit. You know, it's cool. So on the table today, we got the Chris Vector chambered in 45 ACP. We got the Glock 17 with Surefire X300, and we got the Comrade Kalashnikov USA 12 gauge. Actually, I need to clean these guns because we were shooting some oranges yesterday, and I don't know what I was expecting to happen. But these oranges just exploded all over the place. So a lot of the videos, a lot of the shorts that I filmed yesterday, I'm covered in orange pulp. So it's kind of funny, man. I truly, I think the video of me shooting an orange with this shotgun is, I haven't dropped it yet. I'm going to edit it and post it here in the next handful of weeks or whatever, but it is probably, my favorite video I've ever filmed. Because as you can see, you know, I know we've talked about this 12 gauge before, but it's kind of hard to see, but like we do have like a little bit of a breacher muzzle device on there. So it has those like little Sharpies, those little points, you know? So essentially what I did is I like impaled the orange with it and just exploded this orange fucking everywhere. It was really cool. It was a round of double aught zero buckshot. And it just like, it was really fun. It was a really good time. I think we ended up shooting some oranges with the AK, and I ended up like, we were doing some stupid shit after lunch. Like I feel like I first got there and I was very focused and we were locked in, and we did like I really like to break up the range sessions with like, you know, we'll start cold, we'll do some build drills. We usually end up doing some push-ups and some like suicide sprints to like get the heart rate up. You know, we're drinking a bunch of energy drinks, and we're doing the shot timer because we had a new shot timer out at the range yesterday. We were doing a lot of really purpose-driven stuff. I also got some really badass GoPro footage again. When I first started the channel, I had this GoPro working, and I had some pretty cool shots. I don't think I did any burpees yesterday, but I definitely should have. I usually do like to do some burpees. If you guys are just joining, please subscribe to the channel. I really do appreciate it. We were just kind of talking about my range day yesterday with featuring all three of these guns and like 800 more guns. We got some really cool suppressor footage as well. Just kind of testing out different guns, suppressed versus unsuppressed, getting their sound, getting their speed, getting their accuracy. We were shooting like crackers and like gummy bears and all sorts of, like I said, we kind of took this lunch break, and then it kind of just derailed a little bit after this. Bro's training for the war with YouTube. Hell yeah, dude. I mean, like I said, man, I think we got, I don't even know, 75 videos or something yesterday. I mean, most of them were shorts. I did do like a long form video on the Kalashnikov USA 12 gauge. And I actually am going out of town for a handful of days this week. So I'm probably going to might not be live streaming a ton, but I'll definitely be posting some content for y'all. Just kind of long form videos and tons of shorts and all that good stuff. If you guys are just joining, please subscribe to the channel. I really do appreciate it. Hey, Andy, what's up, dog? Does that Vector jam? I've heard they jam very bad. Yeah, so I was just kind of talking about that a little bit earlier. So this one here is chambered in 45 ACP. So they do come in 9mm, 45 ACP, and 10mm as well. So I got this one in 45 ACP because like just from the research that I did, apparently this was supposed to jam the least. I probably shot about 200 rounds ish, maybe more through this yesterday. And I got one pretty bad jam, which, you know, it is not the end of the world, but it kind of sucks. It may have been the rounds. It may have been because, like, you know, honestly, for range ammo, like just for the amount that I shoot, I buy the cheapest rounds that I can. So I don't know if I could really blame the Vector or if I can blame the round for just being a little shitty, but it was kind of like What's up, Tyler McGuire 99? Yeah, so like I don't know, it's the same malfunction in this vector every time. Like it's kind of hard to explain, but the round when it like tries to load, like I don't know, it like poops out almost, and like that the actual slug gets like impacted into the casing, and that is like the malfunction that I always get with this gun. So yeah, the vector does jam. I don't know. I can't really blame that on the round. I really hate the fact that it takes Glock mags. That's one of my biggest complaints about the Vector. So they did actually just come out with the Vector Gen 3. I think the coolest part about the Gen 3 Vector, well, it comes with a 1913 rail instead of whatever the fuck proprietary bullshit this is. And same with the pistol grip. So you get like more stock options and you get more pistol grip options, which is cool, but they didn't really change too much of the internals. So even with the Gen 3 vectors, I think you still might be dealing with some jam issues, which is kind of unfortunate. It's a really cool gun, but I think again, the fact that it kind of uses Glock mags is what like kind of kills it for me. I think it's the Glock mags that cause the jamming. Any Spaz 12s coming? As much as I would love one, no. I would love for someone to make like a clone of that or like a cool chassis for like a more common shotgun. I think that would be really cool. But the Spaz 12s themselves are like 3 or 4K for, yeah. It's the Vector. Pickles. Was it easy to clear the jam? I mean, it was easy to clear the jam. You just eject the mag, and the charging handle's on the other side. So you eject the mag, you clear it a couple times. That like, it's really weird. It does have to be something with the Vector, because now that I'm kind of thinking about it, every jam I've had with that Vector is exactly the same. That bullet tries to load, and the slug gets pushed into the casing, and then you clear it, and you look at that round, and there's like a cut, like a half moon cut in the slug where it tried to feed, and the force, I don't know, it cut the round, moved the slug into the casing, but it didn't actually load the round. So it was kind of easy to clear, but I think the hollow points will be a no jammer round. I mean, I don't know, dude. To be honest, like sometimes hollow points feed even weirder. If you guys are just joining the stream, please subscribe to the channel. I really do appreciate it. It really helps me out a lot, and tells YouTube that they can't censor my content, which is great. Yeah, I don't know. Hollow points, I don't know if they would. I have shot some hollow point 45s through this, but like, I think it's the Glock mags, man. Damn, a $2,000 Jam-O-Matic. Yeah, it's one of those things where I don't know. It works very well when it works. I actually, like I said, was doing a lot of build drill challenges with this yesterday because I was like, man, my SBR AK is the gun that I want to use for home defense, and I was like, I'm going to be faster with this AK than I am the Vector, hands down. Like, why would I use the Vector for self defense? Like that doesn't. And I was running build drills, and I was faster with this gun. I didn't think I was going to be. I thought I was like, I run my AKs all the time. I'm going to be a speed demon with my AK, and I was actually more accurate and faster with the Vector. And the Vector suppresses really well, which is great because it is that 45 ACP, which is naturally subsonic. Tyler McGuire 99 says, you don't like that it takes Glock mags. First time ever hearing that. Yeah, dude. I'm actually not a fan of any PCC that takes Glock mags. In Glocks, Glock mags work good. And when they're not in Glocks, I feel like Glock mags do a really shitty job. I feel like it's almost like a marketing gimmick for the PCC companies like AR9s or the Vector or anything that takes Glock mags. Like they're like, oh, it takes Glock mags, so you can use the mags you already have. And I'm like, I don't want to use the mags I already have if they're not going to work in your goddamn gun. Like CZ Scorpion mags are fucking amazing. I love them. They work very well in the Scorpion. They work amazing in the AKV from PSA. Like the CZ Scorpion mags are phenomenal, and they wouldn't have that. Like they wouldn't be as good if they used Glock mags. To argue my point maybe a little bit more, like the CZ Scorpion mags, you load them like rifle mags. Like you just push the 9mm rounds in. When you're loading these fucking Glock mags, especially for the extendos, like they fucking suck. They suck to load. Like they suck to load. They cause the gun to jam. Like I don't I don't understand everyone's fascination with Glock mags. I like Glocks. Not necessarily like a Glock fanboy, but I do shoot this Glock 17 a ton. And Glock mags and Glocks work, and Glock mags and PCCs just tend to not. At least if you're spending that on a Spaz 12, you'll have the reliability, unlike the Vector. Yeah, I can't argue that. I do like the reliability of this gun. You know, it's I've had some issues with the recoil spring assembly that I kind of address in the long form video. The recoil spring assembly they sent me actually kind of like broke, and it was shooting. The dust cover would fly off every time I shot it. But this guy does have an adjustable gas block, which is really cool. So you could turn the gas up or down depending on what you're shooting, which is awesome. My Sig Mosquito is a Jam-O-Matic. And SIGs are expensive too. I hate when we buy these like kind of high-end guns and they just fucking jam. I mean, it's a tough pill to swallow. The Vector MSRPs for like, I think like $1,500, but you know, by the time you add muzzle device and adapter for the muzzle device, because it's got a weird thread pitch and all your aftermarket shit. I mean, yeah, it's $2,000 in the gun. I do have a little trigger upgrade on this at all. Actually, I've had jams in my pistol. It was the barrel when you go into the ramp in the barrel. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Dylan says, sounds like it's catching in the front of the round on something and pushing in it. Yeah, I guess maybe I could like try and, I don't know, polish the feed ramp or something. But like, I don't know. I guess I don't make this known, but like I keep my guns like neurotically clean. Even if I'm not really shooting them a ton, like anytime I take them to the range and fire a mag through them, I'll go ahead and clean them. So it's not like I'm running these guns dirty. The dirtiest that they get is like at the range, and then I take them home and clean them because I want everything to work either when I need it at home or when I take it to the range next time. I actually did, this is very off topic, but my AK, that quick hatch, my Rifle Dynamics quick hatch actually was jamming yesterday. After I ran about 200 rounds through it. So I actually did open up the gas block on that one a little bit yesterday, and that was able to push through the grime and goop and cycle appropriately for me. So I was appreciative of the adjustable gas block of that gun yesterday. I feel like the other day I was like, man, like, I don't know, it has this adjustable gas block, but I don't even use it. But I used it yesterday and it worked out pretty well for me. So it's a quick side note there. It doesn't sound easy to clear if you got to drop the mag. Yeah, you had to drop the mag because that bullet was like stuck. And I think I ended up, before I dropped the mag, just tried to like rack it, and I couldn't. Like, it was the next round just jammed into that one. That live round didn't extract. Like, it was kind of a little bit of a nightmare. Sorry, I'm going to get to everybody's comments. I'm a little bit behind. But if you're just joining the stream, please comment below. I do love the comment section. I missed you guys yesterday because I was chat banned by YouTube. So if you like gun stuff and you like my content, please subscribe to the channel. It'll really show YouTube that they can't shut me down, even though they may want to. Did you look at HK UMPs? So I hate that they only sell the rifle version. I think it looks absolutely ridiculous. The gun that I was looking at, actually before I bought the Vector, was the is it just called the UMP 45? It's not by HK. It's by I something. LWRCI. It's the LWRCI UMP, I believe, in 45 ACP. I was looking at that gun for a while, but I watched some reviews, and apparently it had like atrocious accuracy issues. And I noticed suppress that gun specifically, you have to use like a pistol booster, which is kind of weird. So I don't know. I think that gun is actually even more expensive than the Vector. The LWRCI UMP, is it called? Maybe it's not called the UMP. It's the SMG. It's the LWRCI SMG. Sorry. What's up, Nathan? What's good? If you use that AK for home defense, I hope you don't have neighbors. It's fine. It's cool. It's a shorter barrel, so it's not really like hauling as much ass as it would with like the RPK. Shooting it suppressed and the correct rounds, I don't think I'll have a problem. And to be honest, everything's going to go through drywall and shit. So it's one of those things where it's like, I'm going to use the gun I want. Like, fuck it. Wouldn't it be great if Elon Musk bought YouTube? Dude, that's a great. Someone DM Elon Musk and tell him to buy YouTube just so I don't get chat ban. anymore. If you guys are just joining the stream, drop a comment down below. Please subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. Nathan said, yo, what's good, bro? Well, what's good, Mr. Nathan? I don't know if I've seen you on the channel before, but welcome. Jack says, I love the CZ mags. Yeah, CZ mags work well too. But yeah, the Scorpion mags for the PCCs, that's what we were talking about, are just so much better than the Glock mags. I don't know why everyone was, oh, it takes the Glock mags. I don't want it to take Glock mags. That's actually like not a selling point for me at all. The extendos and the Vector look really cool, but like if they're not going to run and they're going to jam because they're Glock mags, I'd rather use a proprietary mag. And that's a little annoying, but it's okay. The dude that smoked the CEO was able to effectively clear his jams. Yeah, interesting, but he was. Spend the money on a nice mag. I recommend Pro Mag. Never had any issue with their products. I mean, these are Glock brand Glock mags. It's not like I'm running the cheap Chinese mags or whatever in the Vector. I have this mag, is a Glock mag that came with it. And then I have the Extendo that I bought from Chris. Like that one's a name brand Glock and Chris mag. And that was not fucking cheap. I want to say that was like, don't quote me on this, but like 50 or 60 bucks or something for that mag, which is absurd. And it's like a shitty mag. So the fact that I'm paying $60 for like an Extendo Glock mag that jams like makes me irrationally angry. Luigi's gun was jamming because he didn't have a booster for suppressor. I think the suppressor he was using was hindering the cycling. Do you have some shitty guns that jam a lot? Oh boy, sorry. I'm gonna get to all these comments. Yo, the ban is finally gone. Yeah, the ban is finally gone. Miss Lindsay, thank you for joining the stream. If you guys are just joining the stream or are new to the channel, I was actually banned on YouTube for a little minute there. So if you could hit the channel with subscribe, it does me a huge favor by showing YouTube that even if they ban me, they can't stop the growth of the channel and the content that we come out with. So please subscribe. I do appreciate it. Do you have some shitty guns that jam a lot? The Vector it doesn't even jam a ton, but every range trip I've at least had one or two jams with the Vector. So I think my Vector, which is not my cheapest gun, nor would I consider it like a shitty gun, I guess. I think that may actually jam the most. I don't know if you've seen it. I've had it on the live streams, and I think I've had it on the channel once or twice, but I have a Junior Colt chambered in 22 short. And that gun was left with a loaded mag in like my dad's sock drawer for, I think, straight up like 50 or 60 years. And that gun will jam a fucking ton because the spring in that mag is fucked from being like loaded for so long. So that one jams quite a bit too. Hey, Ben's Gaming Channel, what's up? What is a booster? Okay, so when you're using a suppressor, when you use a suppressor on a long gun, you just essentially screw the suppressor on. When you're using it on a pistol, you need a Nielsen device or a booster, it's called. Basically, it's like a little spring that gives the slide a little bit more oomph. That's the best way I can describe it. Basically, it makes sure that the slide has enough energy to reciprocate all the way back to the rear and cycle the next round appropriately. So when you're using a pistol, specifically a tilt barrel pistol, you need a pistol booster. Like for example, like I have a 22 LR pistol that I just screw on a suppressor, and you don't need the booster because it's not a tilt barrel pistol. But Pickles, I had a cheap high point, never jammed, just couldn't hit shit with it. Yeah, I mean, I don't think everything in the firearm space is get what you pay for. I think sometimes things work and sometimes they don't. Hi, sir. Hello. What caliber is the Vector? So this one is chambered in 45 ACP. They do also come in 9mm and 10mm as well. 45 ACP was kind of the caliber that this gun was like made for, so I do like to rock it in 45. It was supposed to jam less with 45 ACP rounds, and it still jams. So there's that. Please give me one gun, please. Maybe someday. I would love to do a giveaway. I think once I hit a certain subscriber threshold, I will start doing giveaways for sure. because I love you guys. The subscribers are, what makes the channel. And I love everybody here in the lives too. Y'all are a ton of fun. So, subscribe to the channel, and once we hit that subscriber threshold, we'll start doing some giveaways, man. I saw a 10mm Vector full size with a suppressor on it at the gun show for $1,800. Yeah, they sell a lot of these with like those fake square suppressors that look really ridiculous, and they are not cheap. Like I said, this one I think MSRP'd for $1,500. That was kind of before some of the add-ons. So Ron says, I have a Glock 19 Gen 5. Yeah, this is the Glock 17 Gen 3 right here. I like the full-size frame on the Glocks. They just tend to fit my hand a little bit better personally, but the 19's a good gun. I want to see the AK. I can't bring it out right now during this stream because I can't touch guns. And for YouTube, I am not touching guns, and there are no firearm sales on the channel. I have not touched anything. That's what they shut me down for the other day, and I didn't touch anything. So subscribe to the channel and show YouTube that they can't just shut me down for no reason, because that's bullshit. How much is the Vector? Vector, this one MSRPs for $1,500. And then, the grip and the stock, and I did a little trigger upgrade, and I had to buy a adapter for the threaded barrel to use the muzzle device I wanted so I could suppress it. So there's a lot of money into it. Jack says, darn, you can't even touch them. That's whack. Yeah, it is. You're not allowed to pick it up. You're not allowed to touch it at all, or YouTube will shut down the stream and try and kill my channel again, like they did earlier this week. Dylan says 22 short is horrendous when it comes to cycling. Yeah, maybe it is just the round. Maybe it is just the round. I don't know. That's the only 22 LR gun that I have, or excuse me, 22 short gun that I have. So maybe it's the mag. I would like to get another mag. I looked it up, and the mags were like $45 or something. And for a gun that I don't shoot incredibly seriously, I kind of was like, I don't really want that mag. You guys just joining the channel, welcome to the live stream. We do these all the time here on the MuzzleBroke channel, so please hit me with a subscribe. We also have tons of long form and short form content on the channel too. I think one of the dudes commented on one of my shorts. He's like, oh, hey, you're the live stream guy. I didn't know you did other videos. I was like, yeah, I do a ton. There are no firearm sales on the channel, homie. Sorry, boss. Pickles, you go down on, guys. Love the live. Thank you, Mr. Jeff. I appreciate it. Apu is going to get you banned. Yeah, probably. Get out of here. For YouTube, there are no firearm sales on the channel. I'm not very clearly not touching any one of these guns. They haven't been touched, so don't shut my stream down, please. Please subscribe to the channel to show the YouTube overlords that we will not be tamed, and we will not be tamed in the comment section, and we will not be tamed by their algorithms. So yeah, we got the Kalashnikov USA 12 gauge shotgun. Are we going to call this a Sega or a Sega? Everyone likes to scream at me no matter how I pronounce it. You guys always say it's wrong, but whatever. I got the Glock 17 Gen 3. I guess most of the upgrades are on the other side of this gun, but I'm not going to risk flipping it off camera because I'm not touching it. But I am rocking the Talon grips, which I really like. The Surefire X300. The little butt plug. Jeff says Sega. Okay, I'll say Sega for you, Mr. Jeff. We should set up a protest at YouTube HQ. I agree. It's ridiculous. Actually, when I first popped on the stream today, official ammo alchemist. I already screw up his name, so sorry to John. He's a cool dude. He actually I don't know, his videos are getting you're not allowed to comment on them, and his stuff will get shut down or taken down, and I just don't. I don't get it, man. I don't understand. It's one of those things where I don't know how free speech can be in the Constitution, but then these public platform sites can kind of take down, whatever they deem. I don't know. I don't get it. It blows my mind. I think Dylan was like, maybe we should get Elon Musk to buy YouTube. It's like, I agree. That'd be dope. It's Sega as in side. Sega. Saga? Sega. I don't know, man. 12 gauge AK, hella dope, a lot of fun. My biggest beef with this one is I wish it had a 1913 adapter instead of whatever bullshit proprietary something or other this is. Dylan Martin Fishing says, I've noticed that I will comment on one of your videos and then the comment will disappear. So it also does that to me too when I'm commenting back. And then also recently, it hasn't been notifying me of comments, which is kind of wild because I think I have commented back on every single comment that the channel has ever gotten. So if I don't comment back to you, means I didn't get notified of your comment and I didn't see it. Oh, because Dylan, like even the other day, like when you were like, hey, some guy was like shitting on this gun in your 226 video. So I was like shitting on him. And I was like, oh, like, huh? And because I didn't get a notification. Like it was like, you have no, like I had no notification. So I went to that video and I saw his comment and your comment. And I was like, why the fuck wasn't I notified of this? So yeah, man, I don't know. Again, I think it's like a gun channel thing. Like I think YouTube wants to do essentially whatever like psyop bullshit that they can to like kind of like slow the progression of the channel and kind of make it not popular. And like even this week, especially since the chat ban on Friday, like I don't know, like I post a video and I'm like, I'm not getting any views on it. I'm like, what the fuck? Like I usually get, I don't know, at least a couple thousand on a lot of it. Anyways, yeah, YouTube kind of does what they have. Garand, I would say, not Garand, but I have heard people say both. Sega or Sega. Sega. I like Sega, the Sega 12. Sega, same shit. So, do you name your guns after like certain things, such as nature, wildlife, events, people, and such? I don't. No. I don't have any of my guns named. I've named all my cars. I haven't named any guns. I mean, I guess I could, but I think it's with guns, especially like doing like live streams and content and stuff. Like it's helpful for people to know like makes and models and specific part numbers and all that good stuff. So, also, did you make the mistake of buying like 4 guns before you completed your first build? LOL. No, not really. I have, Jeff. Yeah, I don't know. I have a lot of guns, and I like to switch my flashlights around. I do have a couple of like flashlights that I'll switch from gun to gun. This gun I actually don't like to run optics on. This gun I had an optic on, and I threw it on another piece. I like to switch things around, so it kind of happens. I saw you have a Mustang. My grandfather has a 1968 Corvette. That's awesome. My dad actually had a 69 Corvette growing up. It was hot red. It was super cool, and he sold it, and it sucks. Well, I guess he sold it like to help me pay for school. So that was nice of him, but I wish I had that fucking 69 Corvette right now. But I do like the Mustang. I enjoy my car quite a bit. Lilith is the name of my Mustang. But yeah, no naming the guns. I guess we could, but I don't know, like Cheryl. I don't know. It doesn't do it for me. If you guys are just joining the stream, welcome to the channel. Please subscribe to the channel because YouTube wants to shut the channel down. They want to make sure I don't get any new subscribers. So it's fun to me to have that kind of be counterproductive for them. So we do have the KUSA Comrade, that Sega 12. I don't fit in sports cars. I'm 6'3". I didn't know you were that tall, Mr. Dillon. Yeah, it's pretty roomy in the front. The seats go back quite a bit, but the back seat is absolutely non-existent. Double tap the screen to like the stream. Hell yeah, Ben's gaming channel. Let's go. My dad had a giraffe. Wait, but he sold it because it was illegal in my state. Is that real? How does he have a casual illegal giraffe? How do you get a giraffe? How does no one know that you have a giraffe? I feel like you could see its neck from the road. Yeah, no, I ended up going with the Mustang because of the trunk space, actually. So I drive a GMC Sierra. I named my AR pistol John 13. Not familiar with John 13, Jeff. Let me know what that verse is so I don't have to look it up. I feel like a lot of people will ball out on the first gun and not realize how expensive all the other stuff is. So they have a baller rifle with an Amazon red dot. Yeah. Don't do that. I don't know, bro. Kept it in the backyard. The fucking giraffe. That's funny as shit. What was I saying? Yeah, I think there's some good cheap cheaper optics out there. Actually, I have one over there that you can't really even see it, but the Swamp Fox Kraken. I'm actually sending that back to Swamp Fox hopefully today or tomorrow, unless I forget and get distracted, which I'm sure I'll do. But anyways, why did the live stream last time went out? Because YouTube shut it down because they said I touched a gun and I didn't. There's no touching of guns. There are no firearm sales on the channel. I'm following all the YouTube rules. But despite me following the unjust YouTube rules, they still shut my stream down. They are still working to get my channel kicked off the platform. So a subscription to the channel helps me fight that a little bit because it shows YouTube that regardless of their rules, people still want to watch the content. So that's our right to do so, so do it. I wear size 14 shoe. Jesus Christ, dude. Big. But I wasn't born really, so I don't know. I feel like I want a picture of this giraffe. I feel like he's got to have a picture of this giraffe somewhere. Have you confirmed the giraffe is real and he's not just like bullshitting you? So we do have the KUSA 12 gauge shotgun out on the table today. There's going to be some really cool content with this coming. I think my most favorite video that I filmed yesterday was sticking an orange to the muzzle and shooting it. It exploded everywhere. I got pulp all over my clothes for the rest of the day. I got orange juice all over the gun. I think there's some bits of orange in the handguard that I have to get out. Also got some orange juice on the Glock 17 because I shot an orange with the Glock. Also got some orange juice on my AK because I shoved that bayonet in an orange and shot it. That was fucking really cool too. So lots of exploding food content, I guess, coming to the channel in the near future, which is cool. We also have a ton of like cool content in the sense of like drills and like first person shooter perspectives and kind of run and gun training courses and build drills and all that stuff. Did you unwrap the tape of the AK? I did not do that yet. Muhammad asks. I will probably do that in the future because I'm getting some new parts in for that gun that I want to use. So maybe, I don't know. It's still taped up as of now. Dylan says, I'm going to have a better setup for when I come on the stream tomorrow. Hell yeah. Excited to have you tomorrow. Hopefully we don't have to deal with any YouTube chat moderator shit, Dylan, tomorrow. Hopefully it goes nice and smoothly for us. Yeah, what else? I'm trying to remember what other like random videos I filmed yesterday. We got a long form review of the KUSA 12 gauge with all its little quirks and my issues with it. I also have, oh shit, man, sorry, tired. My biggest beef with this gun are the loading and the reloads. It's absurd because you have to load this with an open bolt, which is ridiculous. Like I did a reload drill with this and it took me like 800 years because it's like eject the mag, hold the bolt open with one hand, try and grab the other mag and like reload. Like it's super difficult. Super difficult to reload this guy like at high speed. So that was one of my bigger beefs with this gun. Not to like fucking spoil my whole review, but whatever. How much is the recoil on the AK? It's not too bad, man. I mean, it's more than the ARs. Obviously, it's a bigger round. On that super taped up AK that you were talking about, Muhammad, I have like a really ridiculous muzzle brake on that. So the gun shoots fucking flat. So the recoil on that is really not bad because of that muzzle brake. But it is very it's a little concussive. Can you build an MG42? So you actually can, and have it in semi-auto without any really significant paperwork. It's just incredibly, incredibly expensive. I'm actually at one of the gun ranges. Oh, shit. Right close to the house. That you can, Jesus Christ, sorry, rent an MG42 and shoot it. Make a double mag. It's so good. Yeah, I really like the flip mags on that guy. And that was actually cool too. I did like some reload drills with the flip mags, and like, yeah, it's fucking faster. The flip mags are definitely faster than reloading from like the tactical belt. So that was cool. Where is your MPI KM74? Don't have that. Today we're running the Vector, Chris Vector 40, Chris Vector chambered in 45 ACP, the Glock 17 Gen 3, and the KUSA Comrade. Great live, keep it up. Thank you, Jeff. But the M1A SOCOM 16 CQB. Okay, Jeff, do you have that gun? I've really been wanting an M1A. They are kind of expensive. And the other thing with the M1A that like I don't want to say like bothers me, but that I don't love is that there's not much like customization. Please correct me if I'm wrong, Jeff. Because like, I don't know, I feel like once you buy the gun and that's like, you can't really change out like handguards and triggers and shit. So what color is your M1A? I like they have some cool camos for it. Does the AK... Oh, I'm sorry. You don't need to, Jeff says. Okay. Does the AK shoot 7.62 by 30? 7.62 by 39. You can get AKs chambered in like really kind of whatever nowadays. I'm not allowed to use napalm. Dylan, I've never shot a 7mm rum. That's interesting. I don't have a TP9. Ace 1900 asks. The B&T TP9 is... I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of PCCs, if I'm being incredibly honest. I have this one. I had an AKV, like a 9mm PCC. I ended up selling it for one reason or another. What was I saying? The TP9 is incredibly expensive, and you have to to suppress the TP9, you have to use like essentially B&T's like proprietary suppressor. So that's just kind of another little annoying thing. And I don't like the way it looks. I actually have never shot one. I don't like the way it looks. I've picked one up. I've like kind of handled it a little bit, and it feels really small and awkward and weird to me. So I don't really love the TP9. I do really like the B&T GHM9, the GHM9. I really like that one. One kind of fun fact about that gun, I don't know if it's like a fun fact, but they do make models that take Glock mags or other mags. So you don't have to deal with the shitty Glock mags if you don't want to. If you're just joining the stream, welcome to the channel. Please subscribe to the channel. It helps me not get kicked off the platform, which is great because they really want to kick me off. We were talking about the M1A. Jeff says you don't need to change out any parts. It comes on an Archangel stock. I'll have to look into that stock. Your range looks like a living room. Very modern and clean. This is my living room. Was at the range yesterday, so we have a ton of content from the range coming out here on the channel in the next handful of weeks or whatever. I filmed an absolute buttload of videos yesterday. The break is awesome. I'll have to check out the break. What else was I talking about? Yeah, the range... They fucking raised the prices at the goddamn range I went to. Like, I'm getting sick of paying it was like $45 a person. I was like, God damn, dude. Like, thanks for letting me use your dirt. Like, Christ. But they did open up at the range tactical bays that were 50 yards. So before, the range I was going to only had 25 yards, which, it's cool. But it was cool to be able to go out to some distances because we were talking about I actually did quite a bit of stuff off camera yesterday also. But whatever. I actually really wanted to do a live stream from the range, but I couldn't do that because I was shut down. Dylan says, you can come to my range for free anytime. Dude, I need to come up there and fish with you at some point. I think that would be a ton of fun. I've never been to Massachusetts before. I really haven't been to New England at all. Do you walk around with your guns, or is that forbidden? I mean, I walk around concealed carrying all the time. I don't really have any, I I don't walk around with the long guns, but I'm always walking around with my Glock or my SIG P365 Legion. No touchy guns on live streams. Correct. I'm not touching anything, and there are no firearm sales. Miss Lindsay asks, is it okay if I typed a song verse? Yeah, go for it. It's cold here right now, 14 degrees, but in the spring, fishing is phenomenal. I'll have to keep that in mind. It was yesterday was a weird day outside of the range. It started super cold. I had like 800 layers on. And then, of course, I ended up just going down to my ripped wife beater jeans and pit vipers for most of the videos. So you will get to see a rare couple videos of me in like a sweatshirt because I'm always not wearing a sweatshirt. I do not have a Walther PPK. I don't really want a I have a 380 gun, and I don't fucking use it, man. Not that there's anything wrong with the 380 caliber. I think it's a viable caliber for self-defense, but I don't know. I have guns that are just as small, that are in 9mm, that I do better with, and I don't know. I thought about selling the 380 that I have. It's a Springfield 911. It's kind of a cool little gun. It's like got like a cool FDE. It comes with night sights, like a rubberized grip. I mean, it's a cool gun. I don't fucking use it, and I really suck with it. It just, again, like we're talking about grip size, like anything that just has a super small grip, I just suck with it. Do you have a PM63? No. I was actually looking, you can buy a parts kit for like $200. So maybe something I do in the future is a parts kit and like try and build it out, or fucking have to pay someone and build it out, most likely. Not that I'm like not handy with this kind of stuff. I mean, I am, but I don't think I'm handy enough to completely build out a parts kit. Stay peeled. Bless everyone and their families. Well, thank you. Stay peeled. Welcome to the channel. I don't think I've seen you in here before, but if you're new, please subscribe to the channel. I do really appreciate any subscriptions. I did just get like kind of chat banned by YouTube the other day, and any subscription to the channel kind of helps me out a ton. And it tells YouTube that you want to see this kind of stuff, and them chat banning me for no reason is not acceptable. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you. Stay peeled. Yeah, man, I kind of forget that. So today's Sunday, Christmas is Wednesday. So everyone have like fun times with family and friends and all that good stuff. Stay peeled says, will do. I'm new. Well, I'm glad you found us. We do live streams fairly often when YouTube isn't shutting me down. But I also have tons of long form content and tons of shorts on the channel as well. So like I said, I mean, I'm going to be with my family for a few days this week. So I'm not sure how many live streams I'll be doing. I'll try and do one or two for you with some of my dad's pieces or something. But I don't think I'm going to be doing them for as long. I don't know. I'm going to be with my family a little bit. So I'm still going to be dropping content, but probably maybe not as many live streams this week. But, you know, I actually, like, I know the whole YouTube algorithm, like, oh, you're going to post this shit every day, like, which I don't mind doing and shit, right? But, like, I do think it's important for everybody to get off the phones a little bit, especially during, like, Christmas time, you know, and stuff. Like, it's one of those things where I feel like most of y'all are like my age. Like you don't really get to see your family as much as you maybe used to. And it's not everyone's going to be around forever. So to kind of be present in the moment when y'all are spending time with your friends and family. So I promise you we'll be dropping live streams and new content all the time. So don't feel like you need to be glued to your phone watching me bullshit about guns when you're hanging out with your grandparents and shit. If you're just joining the stream, welcome to the stream. Drop a comment down below. I do like to address all the comments. We have a ton of fun in the comments section. And today we're talking about the KUSA. We're talking about really whatever the fuck we want, but the KUSA Comrade, a Sega 12 AK shotgun clone, super cool. I got the Glock 17 Gen 3 because it was in my LARP belt, and it was laying on the ground. And the Chris Vector chambered in 45 ACP today as well. All three of these guns, plus like fucking 10 other guns, are going to be coming up a lot more on the channel because I just took them all out to the range yesterday. Super fun range trip. It was a little bit exhausting. We were there for over 6 hours. It was fun though. I think we showed up at 10 and left at like 5:36 almost. So it was a good time. It was a good range day for sure. We got tons of content and we had a lot of fun. Like I said yesterday, my cameraman was kind of like a newer shooter. Had some shooting experience. Definitely, I was impressed. I was impressed with him yesterday. It was one of those things where, I like when you have to work really hard to be good at something, right? And then someone like just kind of comes up and you like give them one little tip and they just fucking blow it out of the like that. This is kind of what that was. It was kind of like, oh, like lean forward a little bit, like you not really mastering the trigger reset, and it's like, oh, like this, like run it all. I was like, oh, geez, oh yes, okay, you got it down. But it was kind of cool yesterday because I feel like you get very in your own, not in your own head, but like in your own space and in your own skill level. So I did do like kind of like a little bit of new shooter content yesterday, which like, I think is helpful for newer people. Like, here's how you actually like properly grip a handgun. And here are just a couple of tips for like making sure your grip doesn't fall and like where to place your support hand, like little things like that. We did some content on. Some of the footage I'm actually really excited for tomorrow is the FRT trigger that we were playing with. That was a fuckload of fun. It did kind of start jamming up on me there at the end, but we got some really good shots of the FRT in action. Miss Gutierrez, hi there. Do you do anything crazy like Ed Sarkisian? LOL. I don't know who that is. The shorts are going to be wild. I'm just going to let you know. Like I said, we do have we did do a lot of like purpose-driven shorts yesterday, but we also did a fucking ton of jackass shorts. I'm shooting oranges and crackers, and I was putting gummy bears in the like on the ports of the Prodigy, and like blowing up cracker sandwiches on top of muzzles to show like the muzzle break. Like we got some jackass shit coming. I kind of like to mix it up. We do like some purpose-driven stuff. We do some well-thought-out reviews. We do some well-thought-out, like, here's how you clean, or here's how you install, or here's my review of it. And then we kind of do stuff where it's me just being a jackass. So we do a little bit of everything here on the channel. So welcome to the channel. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed already. I really would appreciate it. YouTube does want to ban me, and I don't love that. So if you could subscribe, that'd be awesome. I actually just got off a YouTube chat ban, so it's nice to be back. Give me 1 second here. Yeah, so hopefully everybody's got off work this week. I don't, but whatever. Yeah, we're gonna start continuing to drop shorts every day, and continue with the long form videos and the live streams. Tons of stuff is upcoming. Tons of cool range footage from yesterday. Like I said, yesterday was a really awesome range day. If there's ever anything you guys want me to chat about specifically, you just let me know down in the comments, or shoot me like a comment in one of the videos, and I'd be more than happy to do really whatever content y'all want to see. How did you get chat banned? They said that I touched a gun on a live stream, which I truly didn't. Some of the people that are in this stream right now like saw it, and they were like, you didn't touch anything. I was like, I know. You're not allowed to touch a gun, and I didn't touch a gun. Can I touch ammo on the stream? Because I was thinking of showing my reloading press. I don't know, man. Like, I would say technically you probably could, but like to be safe, I don't think I would, because I don't know. You saw the other day, like I didn't even touch anything and they shut it down. So I don't want it to get shut down again. I would hate to have you on and like us both get kicked off. That would suck. So I think you could probably show the press, but probably not. Like I could definitely see them being like, oh, you're manufacturing something and you can't do that. So like maybe not. I don't know. I feel like the rules are kind of like absurd. That would be really cool to see, but unfortunately. All right, gang. Well, I'm gonna be on. I might do another live stream later tonight. But if not, make sure you're tuning in tomorrow for me hanging out with Dylan Martin fishing again. He was on the live stream like last week, the week before. He's a super fucking cool dude. So he's going to be on again tomorrow. Please subscribe to the channel because we have all this awesome range footage coming out too. So lots of cool stuff in the pipeline. I also ordered or I'm getting a ton of parts for some AKs coming in too. So I'm excited to show those off. So I'll catch you boys on the flip side. I'll probably do another live stream later, but if I don't see you later, have a Merry Christmas. Have fun with your families. I will catch you all later, and make sure to come by tomorrow for the live stream with Dylan Martin Fishing. Peace out, homies.